The Tentative Collective was founded in Karachi in 2011 as a response to the rapidly modernizing and divided city. It was a megacity at that time that was becoming more segregated along lines of class and demographics. It was a time when a city's public spaces were becoming more hostile in the name of security, in the name of development, in the name of globalization. So the name of the collective was derived from this observation that despite development, despite these narratives of progress, the infrastructures of Karachi, catering to a particular class of citizens, were constantly breaking down in unexpected ways, and those provided opportunities for us as artists to intervene and create poetic moments of resistance to mass media, to consumerism and mass consumption of narratives of progress that made visible the rapidly changing nature of the city and who was given access to the new city and who was left out of it.
The artistic traditions and the history of art of Pakistan are based on individual practice, which is mainly based in the gallery sphere. If you look into the more recent past, that is the last few years when Tentative came into being, and then after that, during the last couple of years when Awami Art Collective also emerged, we can see that there has been an impact on other artistic practices where there are certain other collaborative models which are emerging, which are also focusing and have a more direct way of engaging with the city, and these are some of the impacts of collective practices which could be felt and could be witnessed in the current scenario.
The Tentative Collective is a gathering of artists, curators, teachers, architects, and often collaborators from completely different backgrounds, including fishermen and housewives and domestic workers. We share resources to make works of art in the city. We're interested in challenging the media of representation used by the city and also the media of representation used in the art world, engaging with the city and focusing on process as art instead of creating end products. The first two projects were done in 2011 were Beyond Walls and Pakhtun Memory. They were a series of performances that marked the securitization and loss of public space. Between 2012 and 2015, we worked on a long-term project called Mera Karachi Mobile Cinema. This project was a collaborative mobile cinema that set up free screenings of homemade cell phone films in the neighborhoods where they were produced. From 2015 to 2017, our structure changed. At its largest point, the collective grew into a core group of 6 artists and curators. Together, this core group of 6 people worked on projections and the Gandhi Engine Commission. By spring of 2016, our core group consisted of myself, Fazil Rizvi and Hajra Heather. And we have been working together since then on a series of writings, on a series of talks, including a screenplay that we made called Transcribed Text for a Lost Moment. We have been working on a long-term project investigating economies and ecologies of waste and wastage.
So the project we're currently working on has its roots in a project that we did earlier in 2015. It's called Gandhi Engine Commission. And that project was located at the site of River Ravi in Lahore. And we were looking at the ecology and life of the river and what's happened to it over the years, over the past couple of decades, where all the dumping of the industrial and municipal waste from the city is being dumped into the river, and how that has affected the life and ecology and economy of the river. So in a way, that whole project became a critique of the ideas of development. When a city grows, where does the waste go? So we were kind of critiquing development in that project. And that is the strand that we have kind of been continuing since. We've done multiple iterations of that. So we're thinking about a world where perhaps the notion of development and progress has become synonymous with the notion or ideas of excessive consumption. So what we want to do through this project is that we want to slow down and think about what enables these systems to exist and thrive. More importantly, we want to slow down and think about what this progress and growth leaves behind, what are its residues and remnants. And we want to focus on the exclusions and exploitations that enable these modernity projects, but are rendered invisible in the process. How do we make these visible?